Before the skyscrapers, New York in the 1850s was a city on the verge of transformation, a rising powerhouse, restless and ambitious, long before a single skyscraper touched the sky. A place where crowded immigrant streets collided with global aspirations, where chaos created opportunity, and where decisions made on wooden piers and muddy roads would shape the modern metropolis. Thanks to advanced AI reconstruction tools, we can now step inside this forgotten city with remarkable accuracy. By studying real mid-19th century sketches, maps, and engravings, we can recreate how New York actually looked: its streets, its people, its architecture, and its atmosphere almost 2 centuries ago. This technology allows you to walk through New York as it once was, long before steel towers reshaped the horizon. Today, you are stepping inside that forgotten city. Picture this: you are standing in New York nearly 2 centuries ago. No tall buildings, no neon lights, no skyline, only a city preparing to rewrite the rules of civilization. Welcome to New York, 1850, before the skyscrapers. This is Battery Park, the southern gateway of Manhattan. You are standing at the edge of the island, facing a harbor alive with motion. Ahead of you, narrow, weathered wooden piers, once the heartbeat of a rising commercial center. Ships arrive, constantly tall masted vessels from Liverpool, Hamburg, Havana. To your left, immigrants clutching their belongings as they step into America for the first time. To your right, dock workers unloading crates of cotton, sugar, tobacco, and manufactured goods. The air is thick with salt, tar, and ambition. Why was New York already surpassing Boston and Philadelphia in trade? At this time, the answer is simple but revolutionary: New York mastered speed. The Erie Canal, completed just 25 years earlier, connected Manhattan to the American interior, transforming this harbor into the front door of a growing nation. Goods that once took weeks to travel now moved in days. Merchants followed the money, and the money flowed into New York. You are standing at the birthplace of America's commercial empire. Walk north and the city begins to shift. The streets narrow, the noise intensifies, and you enter 5 Points, the most notorious neighborhood in 19th century America. This is 5 Points, but not the exaggerated Hollywood version. You are standing in a cramped square surrounded by leaning wooden tenements built on marshy, unstable ground. The air carries the smell of damp wood, coal smoke, and street food. To your left, Irish immigrants squeezed into crowded boarding houses. To your right, free African-American residents operating barbershops, saloons, and small businesses. Ahead, Italian, Jewish, Chinese, and Caribbean immigrants sharing the same muddy streets. This place wasn't just chaos, it was culture. The reality of 5 Points stood in direct contrast to the Hollywood myth. This was the birthplace of early tap dance musical fusion that shaped American sound. The first multi-ethnic urban identity in the United States. Inside the saloons and dance halls around you, Irish step dancing merged with African rhythms, creating the earliest foundations of tap dance. Music from multiple continents blended together, and a brand new urban culture emerged. 5 Points wasn't just infamous, it was influential. Continue west and you reach Broadway, the city's liveliest street of the era, long before it became the world's theater capital. This is Broadway in the 1850s. You are standing on an avenue lit not by electricity, but by gas lamps casting a warm glow across the sidewalks. Horse-drawn omnibuses rattle past, packed with passengers. Theaters line both sides of the street, their posters advertising Shakespeare opera and traveling performers. Listen closely. The clatter of wheels, the chatter of crowds, the hum of a city learning how to live after dark. Gaslight didn't just illuminate the streets, it transformed urban life. For the first time, people could shop, socialize, and attend performances safely at night. Some streets became brighter and safer, while darker alleys grew more dangerous as criminals adapted to the new lighting. Broadway became America's first true nighttime entertainment district, the seed of what would become the city that never sleeps. Finally, travel north to a vast, rugged stretch of land. This is Central Park before it was a park. You are standing in the middle of a massive construction site. To your left, workers strike Manhattan schist with pickaxes carving future pathways. To your right, drilled holes packed with gunpowder await detonation. A thunderous blast erupts, another section of rock cleared. The air fills with dust soil and the scent of gunpowder. Beneath your feet lies the foundation of the world's most famous urban green space. Few people realize that Central Park isn't simply landscaped. It is engineered from the ground up, hidden drainage systems, sunken roads designed to remove carriage traffic, artificial terrain shaping hills, lakes, and valleys, entire landscapes sculpted by hand and explosive force. Frederick Law Olmsted and Calvert Vaux didn't just design a park. They built a man-made landscape embedded within a natural one, a technical masterpiece still functioning today. As you look around this vast construction zone, you begin to understand the sheer scale of what New York was attempting. Central Park was not simply a public project. It was a bold declaration of what a modern city could offer its people. To your left, teams of engineers carefully examine elevation charts calculating how water will flow across the future landscape. Their decisions will determine where lakes form, where bridges rise, and how thousands of visitors will one day move through the park. Further ahead, you see long lines of workers transporting soil from one end of the site to the other, not randomly, but according to a precise vision. Entire hills are being sculpted, valleys lowered, and meadows shaped to appear effortless and natural, even though every inch is carefully designed. This is not nature left alone, it is nature reimagined by human hands. If you listen closely, you can hear the coordinated rhythm of progress, the crack of blasting powder, the shouts of foremen directing teams, the steady grind of horse-drawn carts hauling debris away. These sounds echo the ambition of a city determined to offer its residents something beyond industry and noise, a sanctuary within the chaos. Central Park, in its earliest form, represents a turning point in urban planning. It is proof that even in a rapidly industrializing world, people recognized the need for beauty space and shared public life. Standing here amid the dust and dynamite, you are witnessing not just the construction of a park, but the creation of a new kind of city, one that believes nature and civilization can coexist in harmony. As you step back from these four scenes, a larger picture begins to emerge. New York in the 1850s was not just a growing city, but a living organism shaped by ambition, diversity, and relentless change. From the bustling harbor of Battery Park to the cultural crucible of 5 Points, from the glowing avenues of Broadway to the engineered wilderness of Central Park, every corner of the city reveals a chapter in its transformation. This was a metropolis learning to define itself through immigration, innovation, conflict, and creativity long before the skyline rose above it. Standing here, you realize that the foundations of modern New York were already in place, waiting for the centuries to carve them into the city we know today. You have just walked through New York before the skyscrapers, a city of immigrants, ambition, innovation, and transformation. Which city would you like to see revived next? London, Paris, San Francisco, Tokyo? Leave a comment. Because this documentary journey continues with the places you choose.